Hello students, welcome to class 8. As we all are aware that school has started with online classes for all the subjects, and today I'll be teaching you English from the book Mastering Grammar by Cordova Publishers. So let's begin from chapter number 1, Sentences and Phrases. Let's begin with the sentences. Now, what are sentences? A sentence is a combination of one or more words which are grammatically linked and it makes out a complete sense. I repeat this word. A sentence should make a complete sense. It is called a sentence. As you have seen the example on your screen, the earth revolves around the sun. This sentence has a verb, the noun, and it's making a sense. We are able to understand what the speaker is talking about. Students, when we speak different kind of sentences in a day. We don't even realize what kind of sentence we are speaking. It depends upon our moods and our emotions, that what kind of sentence we are speaking. So talking about different types of sentences, we have 4 types of sentences: declarative, interrogative, imperative, and exclamatory. About these different types of sentences we'll read about in detail. First one, that is declarative sentence. That is a simple, straight statement. Declarative sentences make a statement. They tell us something. They give us information. And they normally end with a full stop, which is also called period. I repeat, full stop is also called period. You all know the sign full stop is one dot. The usual word order for the declarative sentence is subject plus verb. I'll give you a few examples. For example, I like coffee. It's a simple sentence. It has a subject. It has a verb. What is the subject here is I. And what is the verb? Like. Now, declarative sentences can be of 2 types, positive and negative. Students, we have read in our previous classes also that what are positive sentences and what are negative sentences. Positive sentences when we are giving a simple statement, and negative sentences when the presence of not is there. As you can see in the given example, the positive sentences is I like coffee and the negative sentence is I do not like coffee. Another example that is given here is we watched TV last night for the positive one, and the example for negative one is we did not watch TV last night. So, children, we come out with this conclusion that declarative sentences can be positive or negative. Now, let's come to the second type of sentence, that is interrogative. Interrogative sentences are the question sentences that we ask. They ask us something, and most of the interrogative sentences, as you all know, the WH words, that is what, why, whom, etc., they are all question words, and question sentences are start with WH words. They want information. Now we need to go deeper into what are interrogative sentences are. That means they want information and they always end with a question mark. This is very important because most of the students make this error while writing, that they don't put question mark, because question mark is a sign that this particular sentence is a question. The usual word order for the interrogative sentence is WH word plus auxiliary, that is, are, am, was, were, plus subject plus verb. Interrogative sentences also can be positive or negative. For example, do you like coffee? Now, here we did not give the answer. It's a positive interrogative sentence. And the negative interrogative sentence is, don't you like coffee? Another example is also given here. Why did you go? A negative interrogative sentence is, why didn't you go? Now let's come to imperative sentence. That is the third part, which is command also. Imperative sentence, it depends on our mood. When we are ordering, when we are requesting, they all come under the imperative sentences. Imperative sentences give a command. They tell us to do something and they end with a full stop or exclamation mark. The usual word order for the imperative sentence is base verb. Note that there is usually no subject because the subject is understood. And what is it? It's you. For example, if I say stop, so I am telling to stop. It's a order. And again, in imperative sentences also we have positive as well as negative sentences. The negative one for this is do not stop. And since it's an order, we are putting an exclamation mark. Okay, students. So as we said that imperative sentences can also be positive, negative. Now, the next types of sentences, exclamatory sentences. An exclamatory sentence expresses strong feelings and usually ends with an exclamation point. Examples are written here. What a beautiful day. Now again, when we are speaking exclamatory sentences, there is a difference when we are writing and when we are speaking, because when we are speaking, there has to be that tone, that has to be that mood of speaking it. When we are saying, what a beautiful day, I am angry, you did a great job, I love the color of your room, you won the prize, that is a huge win. So depending on our mood and emotions, we speak exclamatory sentences. Well, let's just give me an example. What a beautiful day. This sentence has an emotion of appreciation, and we are just excited to see the beautiful day. I am angry. Again, it has a strong emotion of anger. So this way, whatever is your mood, that can be expressed through exclamatory. Now coming to the next topic is subject and predicate. As we have studied in our earlier class also about subject and predicate. What is a subject? The naming part of a sentence is the subject. It tells who or what the sentence is about. And what is predicate? That is the telling part of a sentence is the predicate. It tells what happened. Let's see an example. The rabbit ate the carrot. Now here the subject is the rabbit. And what he did? He ate the carrot. That is predicate. Now, the subject-verb agreement means that subjects and predicates must agree in number. For example, while at the museum, Mom and I looked at the paintings. Now, one more point that is there, we generally feel, most of us have this notion that the subject always comes first. But no, this is not true. It usually comes before the predicate, but in exceptional cases, it comes at the end of the sentence. For example, here comes the train. Now, what is the subject here? The subject here is train, and that is after the predicate. In the above sentence, the verb is comes. We first ask what comes. The answer is train. So the subject is the train and the predicate is here comes. So students, this is very important. It should always be this, that subject always comes first. We have another topic in this chapter is phrase. Students, the difference between phrase and sentences. There are phrase, it's not necessary that it should always make a complete sense, unlike sentences. Now, what is a phrase? A phrase is a group of words that is used as a single part of a speech, and it does not contain a verb and its subject. Example, with soft brown fur. under the dining table after the high school football game. Now, there are different types of phrases, but in class 8, we'll be reading about only 3 types of phrases: noun phrase, adjective phrase, and adverb phrase. Though we have prepositional phrase, infinitive phrase, but for your class, we'll be studying about 3 phrases. Now, what is a noun phrase? As we all know, what is noun? A noun is that tells something about the person, place, or thing. You all know. Now, what is a noun phrase? A noun phrase refers to words that work the same way as a noun. A noun phrase features a noun and a pronoun that comes in place of noun and other modifiers. Let's see an example which is given on your screen. I want a cute puppy for Christmas. Now here, I is the pronoun, want is a verb, and what I want? A cute puppy. So students, this is again a very important point that I'm telling you, is that how to identify a noun phrase? When the question arises, what I want. So what I want here is a cute puppy. So this is a noun phrase. This is the identification. Whenever you are in doubt, just ask this question, what I want, or whatever is there in the sentence. Now let's see some more examples of noun phrase. She always bought the same newspaper. Now if I tell you, here it is underlined, but suppose if it is given in the exercise, how will you identify? She always bought. What she bought? The same newspaper. Next sentence. A young man in a suit was admiring the view from the window. What is the young man in a suit admiring? The view from the window. So here the noun phrase is the view from the window. Now, next example is concentrated sulfuric acid must be handled carefully. Now, the question that comes to our mind is, what should be handled carefully? Concentrated sulfuric acid should be handled carefully. So, this is how you can identify the noun phrase. Last example that is given on your screen is, my old maths teacher was Austrian. Who was Austrian? My old maths teacher. Now, I hope it's now clear to you that what are noun phrases. On the next type of phrase is adjective phrases. As you all know, what is an adjective? Adjective is that tells something about the noun or the pronoun. What is now let's read out. An adjective phrase, also known as an adjectival phrase, refers to a group of words comprising of an adjective. It tells more information about a noun or a pronoun. If you discover that the sentence starts with an adverb or preposition, then there is a possibility that you're looking for an adjective phrase. All right. Now, what are the functions? Adjective phrases do not only modify nouns, but also pronouns. You can use multiple adjectives within a sentence. Now, let's see the examples. The girl who is so beautiful is from London. Now, here, the girl is noun. And we are talking something about the girl. What kind of girl is she? She is beautiful. So here the adjective phrase is who is so beautiful. Now, one more point, students, that when we are underlining the phrases, it's not just one single word. It's a group of words. For example, if I tell you the first example, the girl who is so beautiful is from London. Here, beautiful is not the adjective phrase. What is the phrase? Who is so beautiful? So when you are given this kind of exercises, you need to underline the group of words. Second sentence. David is a nice, intelligent, handsome boy. So here, except David, the whole sentence is adjective phrase. If we say that underline the adjective phrase in this sentence, so the adjective phrase would be is a nice, intelligent, handsome boy. Now, who is this? We are talking about the noun David. Let's look at the last sentence. She wore a red, black, and white watch during her brother's wedding. Now, I am sure you are able to make out the adjective phrase in this sentence. A red, black, and white watch. Who wore? Now, here we are talking about the pronoun she. So, I'm sure, students, it must be what is an adjective phrase. Now, let's see some more examples. This pie is very delicious and extremely expensive. Now, in this sentence, students, I want you to make notice of this thing, that it's not always necessary that only one adjective phrase is there. This pie is very delicious and extremely expensive. So here we have two phrases. Everyone was extremely delighted when the winner was announced. So here in the first sentence, the pie was noun, and in the second one, everyone is the noun, and how they were feeling, they were extremely delighted. So the sentence, the adjective phrase is talking about everyone. The new outfit, here the new outfit is noun, and we are talking about the new outfit. How was it? It was very pricey but really beautiful. So the adjective phrase here is very pricey and really beautiful. Now again, mom said the cost of a car is way too high. So here, the cost of a car. Here now, one more thing, students, that can come to your mind is कि mom is also a noun here, but why are we not modifying mom? Why are we stressing on the cost of a car? Because we are stressing more on the cost of a car because here the sentence is talking about the car, or the adjective phrase is talking about the car. It's not talking about mom. Mom just said it. So the adjective phrase for this is way too high. Is that clear? All right. Moving on. The next part of the phrase is adverbial phrases. Now, in adverbs, when we talk about adverbs, we ask the question how. Same goes with the phrases as well. Now let's read out. An adverbial phrase, also referred to as an adverb phrase, is a multi-word phrase that takes the role of a verb in a sentence. An adverb describes a verb, adjective, or even another adverb. A multi-word adverbial phrase can further modify an adjective, adverb, and a verb. Alright, the next point. Adverb phrases are known to answer the questions that describe how, when, where, or how something was done, as shown in the following adverb phrases examples. Children, when we read adverbs, when we talk about adverbs, there also we talk about different kinds of adverbs. If you remember, adverb of manner, adverb of time, and so here also we will talk about how to identify the adverb phrases. Just like adverbs, adverb phrases modify other words by describing when, where, why, or how something was done. They can also explain the condition of an object or action or the extent. Alright, let's see some examples of adverbial phrases. She ran with the speed. Now, this sentence is talking about how the noun ran. In this sentence, we have she, that is pronoun in place of noun, ran, that is verb, and how she ran? She ran with speed. So here, with speed is adverbial phrase or adverb phrase. Now then, let's move on to the next example. I was frightened at the time. So when was I frightened? The question comes when? At the time. I here is pronoun, frightened is verb, and at the time is adverb phrase. Next example, the birds flew over the house. Now this adverb phrase tells us about where. The, here is article, birds noun, flew verb, and rest of the sentence is adverbial phrase. Over the house is adverbial phrase. Let's see the next example. The ball rolled across the floor. Again, if we bifurcate the sentence, the is article, ball is noun, rolled verb, and across the floor, where? Again, it's giving us the answer of where. Where did the ball roll? Across the floor. So across the floor is adverb phrase. So I hope students you have very well understood about sentences and phrases. And I hope you are going to use the sentences in a proper way and try to identify the different kinds of sentences and phrases. Thank you so much.